EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the New England Patriots. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll get that to Michel, complete.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now the leading rusher for the Pats last year is a rookie, Sony Michel. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Well, there's no shortage of great young runners in the NFL, but don't forget about that guy, Sony Michel. First-round pick in 2018. Almost hit 1,000 yards as a rookie, 931 to be exact, to go along with 6 scores for the former Georgia Bulldog. On first down, Flacco under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Flacco. And Dwayne Allen on the grab.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard, and you probably ran them when you were 5 years old. Led by a little curl there against zone. But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
Third down, Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Check nine. Hey, switch gears. Switch. Tighten up.
Play action. It's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. He's got a first. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Patriots. He had gained really good good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Keep tight end, keep tight end. We got three, fellas, we got 3. Swing. 31 to Mike. Right here, right here.
Barely got that snap off. Flacco now. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. And the 13-year man puts it through, and the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
36. You're out. You got tape. You got tape. He's checking.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go. Come on, with the flag. Check. Walk 54. I know he ain't got it. Hatchet. Alert flare. Check 36. Jim.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose lose yardage back to the 29. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Patriots take over.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed.
I don't know about
bashed it.
that. Super toe.
On 2nd and 9, Flacco. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Flacco from the gun. And this one brought in by Sanu. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Flacco. His throw incomplete. Phillip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
The first time I saw Marcus Peters was in a practice session when he's at the University of Washington. I literally was watching someone else, and my eyes kept going to him. I thought he played the corner position with extreme intelligence, even as an undergrad there.
What year was that?
It would have been his sophomore year at Washington, and he's carried over those same playmaking skills to the NFL, and we just saw him knock one away.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go pass again with Flacco to Michelle on the screen. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On 2nd down, Michelle. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Flacco. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Calais Campbell in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. New England on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. He gets it to James White. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Gostkowski's kick is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Let's go, son. At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Dad! You got that, Renee! They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Big dad, big dad. Hey!
Throwing here on first down, Flacco. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 50.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got Snead. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year as the Ravens push further out in front.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Throwing again on second down. Flacco. Here's Sanu on the catch. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Flacco now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Flacco. He's airing it out for Sanu. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Intended for Mohamed Sanu. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. 5-0. 43's the mic. 43's the mic. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. 43's the mic.
Flacco will take to the air again. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
New England.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. This time Jackson will throw it. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start. I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and 11 now. Flacco. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Like 80. Tight end right. 3 down. Mike's 43.
3rd and long for Joe Flacco. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 30 yards there.
It's your first drive of the second half. You're down on the scoreboard. Maybe you just say to yourself, let's take a shot, see if we can shake them up. And, boy, they hit that one.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run with Michelle. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
3rd down, Flacco from the gun. Oh, what a catch by Edelman. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Watch that in. Yo, Lee. 3 down. Mike's 43. Hey, Alpha. Rabbit.
Trying to pound it in here with Michelle. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Gun.
Passing play. Flacco. And it's caught. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
They come out here in the eye. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal.
52. 52. Bandit. Where's 52? Block 52.
To pass, Flacco. He can run for, and he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. Joe Flacco with his 16th touchdown of the year. And once again, the Patriots are back out in front. Now Flacco will lead them up as they're going to go for 2.
Mike, watch the slats. Watch the slats.
Now it's Flacco. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there on a New England first down. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10.
31's the mic. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Check, 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 check. Red, red.
On the ground, this is Michelle. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. From the 35 on second down. Flacco, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
New England on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Flacco. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They'll run it here with Hunt. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now it's Jackson. Being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Everyone in this stadium knows Jackson can do that as well as any QB in the league. They talked about limiting some of his running this year, especially the design runs, but he's still going to scramble when he feels he has green in front of him. He led all quarterbacks last year, 695 yards rushing. And keep in mind, 80% of those came in the 7-game stretch when he was named starter late in the season. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson now off the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. Got a man. It's Brown. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. There to stop him, Juwan Bentley.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. From the 22, Jackson, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Here's Jackson. That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now In this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. On the delay, here's Hunt. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant, watch the slant. Wide, get wide.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now this time he'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
He's coming. We got double up. 49, check 49, check 49. Yellow.
They begin with Michel on the ground. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Hey, watch the slant. Fred. No, check that. We got Mike 52.
And it's Michel once again. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Setting to throw, Flacco. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. The Patriots send out their punter. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Pats, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the